here we are, War 5. This is against Evo, or however they pronounce their name. I think that's the Greek symbol for Zai, so I'm not sure. But here we are. We're up against Chilth again on Node 7. We've done this fight kind of a few seasons at this point, where, you know, when you're using Negasonic, you don't want to throw any specials, and that's literally the name of the game. So if we punish her special one, we're probably going to like a 5-hit combo. We do heavy to get our incinerate vulnerability, just to, you know, let our incinerates tick a little bit more and try to get done with the fight faster. But yeah, outside of that, we could bait the SP2, can dex it, but we're just gonna play like safe, you know. Bait the SP1, let her throw it, punish it, repeat. So at this point I'm like, okay, you're supposed to throw your special, we're supposed to have a nice rhythm going, and she's not doing that. So she finally throws the SP1. Alright, and we're going through. Like I said, I don't really know much to commentate on it. Like I said, you know, we've done this fight so much to a point where it's just like, you guys have the idea. But hey, we're finally starting to tick down. Maybe next time I might just speed up fights like this that I've practically have done over and over. But it's like, I get the placement. It makes you have to bring a specific counter, you know. But hey, here we are. So we're going to throw a one special since where are we? Yeah, she's at 1%, and we know the SP3 is going to kill unless there's some major glitch going on. And there we have it, dusted off like nothing happened. Look how annoyed she looks with how long that took. Alright, so we're moving on. We have Node 16, we're up against a Kindred. We've done this fight before, you know. Now this one can get pretty sketchy. There's the Aggression Fury node. So every time you don't hit him, he gains a Fury every X amount of seconds. I think that's a pretty potent Fury too. And on top of that is Kindred, you know. But we're coming in with Deathless She-Hulk, so our what are they called? Trauma debuffs ideally make him more happy to throw specials. Special happy, whatever you want to call it. Just realized this node also gives him physical resistance, so yeah, this could be an annoying fight. We haven't landed one single trauma, now we finally get a couple before we throw off a special. Okay, so he throws it, he's playing ball, and you know with Kindred, the guy gets to 50 charges, you don't want to stay close, but if you're staying far away to let the charges fall off, he's gaining Fury, and then his degen is doing even more. And right now, he's just not throwing his specials like that. As you can see, we're cutting it pretty close to getting near that 50 mark. It's like, homie, throw something. So we're playing kind of a dangerous game right now. There, I was hoping he would throw his SP1. And right now, you know, like I said, we're just playing that dangerous game. We're hoping we can keep him in that rhythm of throwing his SP1s in time so we don't hit 50 charges, but hey. So far, so good, though. Yeah, as long as he's happy, we're not going to complain. We've been holding it at 47 for about at least 40% of his health, give or take, maybe more. And at this point, I'm noticing how low his health is getting, so I'm hoping I have a bar of power when he gets to that 5%. And now we're, at this point, we're in the final percentage. We need to just go forward. We know we're degenning, but we can't afford to do our thing and just have him gaining furies if we were to stay in the corner. Luckily, we did have a special to throw when he entered that 5% and we entered the root phase, so we were able to secure ourselves. At this point, I don't know if I have another Deathless She-Hulk fight, but if I do, I know I probably curse myself out about the potions I'm going to have to waste. Alright, so over here we have this Lumitrix on path 6, section 2. I really don't remember these nodes or who I used. Okay, maybe I had Deathless Thanos for this fight. At least judging off the nodes, but... Okay, Deathless Thanos, cool. So, we've done a stun immune version of this fight. Don't tell my officers I started with a light attack. Like I said, we've done a stun immune version of this fight. What you want to do is get to enough hits in so you get your unstoppable. That way, once you get your, what is the thing called? Your counter punch, you can bypass miss. And there he goes, throwing a heavy. So right now we have our unstoppable. We can counter punch his SP1 by blocking the final hit. Then there we go, we can bypass miss when we do that. Now the scary part is when he has 2 bars of power, you have to pray he throws SP2. Because if he throws SP1, now you're at the mercy of, as long as he does not throw another SP1 while he's invisible, then he won't go unblockable. If he throws the SP1 while he's invisible, then you're unblockable and you got a whole another mess to deal with. But, this was not a stun immune mini boss, so this one went a lot quicker than the last war, but, thanks to fighting the stun immune version, we definitely were a lot more comfortable going into that fight. So here we're going to top off Thanos, and we have a Bastion who... Okay, I healed Negasonic, I must have another fight with her. We have a Bastion who, I'm going to be honest, I really have no idea what Bastion's abilities are. I know I have the guy R1, I know he's awakened maybe 640, but I think he's 620 at least. And yeah, so I had to ask my officers, are there any tricky abilities I need to be aware of? Because... yeah, I have no idea what Bastion even does. Only thing I did know is I fought him in BG once, and I was like, I think it was the invade meta, and I blocked his specials, and as you can see, he did a lot there. So, taking that on the block is a lot. My officer did tell me he has a really potent degen on his SP3, because otherwise I would have just been invulnerability and just pushed him to SP3. But hey, we'll block the SP1 and 2s. Get our furies up, and we'll take it from there. So we managed to get a counter punch off with 7 fury to pause them. Now we have 8 fury, which is more ideal, I lost our invulnerability boost there. So I'm hit my block so I can pause my fury. I got 8 big fury, I don't want to lose it. And of course, we did the one thing we were told not to do. We pushed them red to SP3. But luckily, we have 8 Fury right now. And unfortunately, we ate the SP3. So I think of what? I've lost my invulnerability boost already. Luckily, every single fight, we're always running the minus 33% SP3 damage. And at this point, I'm like, okay, things could really go down because I'm ticking. And hey, we survived. We caught him on the dash back. We were not the ones caught on the dash back. So we went through, go into the group chat, tell everyone that, hey, we smoked that fight. They'll eventually see this video, but hey. But, going forward, I'd have a better handle on the fight going forward. Like I said, I really have no idea what Bastion even does. And the only thing I was just trying to do was block his specials and not push him to SP3, but I got greedy. Alright, so now we're heading to, I think this will be my final fight this war. And we have this aggression prowess bullseye and the knockdown, and I think heals debuff immune if you knock him down. Even though I know the notes were right there, but I wasn't reading them, guys. So we have Negasonic, you know, pretty good bullseye counter. Everything she does is passive, so you don't have to worry about debuff immunity. When it comes to bullseye evade, she counter evades his counter. This guy is running, what's that mastery that evades? I can't think of the name, but I definitely know Jason of Jason and Jabari Gaming runs it a lot, because it catches my bullseye off guard when I use them on attack. Unfazed, there we go. When you evade, or you're fighting a champion who auto evades, you have a chance to trigger an unstoppable, which, ooh, that gets annoying. So it's actually triggering a fair amount, it seems. They might have maxed it out, since, you know, we can like separate our defenders, masteries, and everything, which is cool. Unfortunately, my incinerates tick off at that point because I couldn't get to an SP1 to refresh them, but hey, we're not worried. You know, the fight's practically almost over at this point. Fight went pretty quickly as well. And this last SP2 should wrap things up. But there we go. With, you know, Negasonic Bullseye, you can counter evade, bait out a bunch of SP2s, and just go from there. But yeah, that's been my contribution to this war. Stay tuned. Like I said, we're still behind. I think we're currently on War 11. And I'm giving you guys, what, War 4, War 5? I don't know, but stay tuned. I'm getting them out to you guys. We should be caught up by the end of the season. Peace.